Well, hey everybody, I'm Steve Montelli. Let me show you a few things from Waskerd. You've seen Derek has just been pumping out the design this year. A couple of these I've shown you. This is the Matchbox, the new little zip wallet. This is the Brea that I have carted around the Philippines ad infinitum so far. I'll get back to this. These are the two that he just sent me. These are passport wallets. Okay, this is, I believe, this is a very minimalist passport wallet. Passport would go right in this part. A couple of places for cards right here. Okay, so there's not much to this one. And let me show you the one that is a little bit more detailed and is sort of a big brother to the Brea. Another zip wallet, a passport wallet, and it's laid out much like the Brea in that it's got the interior here in the middle. What it does have that's new from the Brea is some card slots on each of these sides. Now, I don't know if there's names to these yet. These are basically prototypes. By the time this video goes up, he may have some on his website or on his Etsy site. I'll see. But these are the two new ones that he just sent. Now, this one has got a place for cards on the outside, regular like credit card size cards, and a place for your passport on the inside. So, it turns out that these are a rather fortuitous offerings at this point because I have been using the passport a lot this past year. So let's slide the passport in there like that. And then we'll put a few cards in there. Now, all I carry with me on a normal basis when I'm walking around out of the country is just a couple of credit card size cards. I carry a debit card, I carry my U.S. passport card, and I carry a medical card. And the medical card, that's even kind of questionable. I've spent, as you know, me and the Philippine medical system, if you've watched any of my Philippine videos, have become pretty well acquainted. Not that I wanted to become that well acquainted, but we have. So this is a great little minimalist passport holder. I'm not sure on a day-to-day basis if it's usable the way I would want to use it. But let me show you this here and what my idea is for this. And first, before I get to my idea for this, we have to take a look at the Brea. Now, as you can see, this passport holder is much bigger. This is not even a passport holder. This is a card and money holder. And I've shown you before how I pack this one. What I haven't shown you exactly yet is it's still packed from the last trip. Okay, so I've got cash in here. And as I do, each bill is its own separate fold. So I've got some hundreds here. Now, don't get all excited. 100's about $2.25. A 20 there, which is basically very not worth much. I got my Mabuhay Miles card here that gets me into the Philippines Airlines lounges and out of the general waiting area, which is a much needed upgrade when you're sitting there for a while. Got some thousands in the middle. Okay, and I have one 50 in the back. This is a 50 here. And this is a what? This is a 500. So this has not been unpacked from the last trip yet. So my idea is, and why my idea is like this, much bigger wallet, okay? Now, I would not carry my passport around with me full time. You lose your passport, you really got a problem. Because you're not really getting out of the country with a passport card when you're away from. The passport card is good for the contiguous United States, meaning anything that is hooked directly onto the land borders of the United States. I'm not sure if that includes Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands or not, but it does include Canada and Mexico. That's what the passport card is good for. Because basically for Americans, it's visa-free travel between those two countries. So, what I'm going to do is, my new plan is to put everything in this bigger wallet, which at this point is nameless. And I'm going to do that because the Brea, while this works the best for the cash-intensive society in the Philippines, it's really light in the pocket. Okay, and that's not necessarily a good thing that I want to happen, because I put it in the cargo pocket because it's real easy to get pickpocketed in some places in the Philippines, like down in the Colon area of Cebu, which is one of the oldest areas in the Philippines. The sidewalks are just crowded with people, and it's a known pickpocket haven down there. This will be much heavier on my leg, and I'll be able to feel this in my pocket. So I don't really have to constantly pat down my pocket, which I probably do that anyway, even with this. But let's do this. Let me put everything that I have in the Brea into the as yet unnamed wallet. So I've got my 20 and all my hundreds. Okay, so they're going to go right in there like that. Then I've got all the thousands, which can go right back in the middle here, just like they came out of the Brea. So the thousands go in there. Now, I've got not too much over here. I've got a 50 and a 500, which are going to go over here on the far side. So you can see there's a lot more space for the cash. Now, as I told Derek, one of my downsides to the Brea is this. And I equate this to being a first world problem in a third world country. I can only put so much cash in here before it begins to impact on the zipper. And so when I zip it around this corner here, sometimes the cash will get caught right in here. And it always happens when I have too much cash in there. Like I say, first world problem, third world country. So I'm going to be giving this a try and seeing if this works better and seeing how it feels in the pocket. But it's a very nice passport holder. So a card would go in here. Okay, so a card would go in there, and a card would go in here. So really, I would call this my debit card and my U.S. passport card, which I'm just using for ID. The medical card is just kind of useless. I mean, it's not. I've actually got some health insurance that has agreements with hospitals in the Philippines to take it there. Here's my Mabuhay Miles card. See if I can put that in with the rest of the. See if two will fit in here. All right, so two fit in there fine. So I would put my 3 cards in those slots right there, and then the cash goes on the sides of those 2. So I'm going to give that a try the next trip. And that won't be until at least after the holiday season here in the U.S. People have already asked me, hey, when are you going back? I go, I don't know. I got to save some money. Got to completely pay off the last trip. Got to have a bigger wallet here. But I got that. So this is really a cool thing that Derek did here. Like I say, I'm not sure I know I would not be carrying the passport with me full time. That's just, I would say that's something you do not want to do, or in whatever country you go. I say put that passport where you can basically lock it up for your stay of where you're going to go. Because if you don't have a passport, you're not getting out of the country. I mean, you're just not. I've been to a few countries this past year, and you're not. So that passport's got to be locked up and put away. But you do need some kind of ID. So keep that in mind. So if you do have a U.S. passport card, you might want to consider carrying that with you in your wallet as just an ID. But this is a very cool little minimalist passport holder here. The passport has not been beat up too bad, but it gets thrown into a pocket with everything else that's in the pocket on the backpack, and I'm going to be reconfiguring the backpack too. But I think it would be better to have the passport in a passport case. So the passport would probably, from now on, is going to be in this passport case in the backpack pocket. And the cash and whatever other little receipts I get on a day-to-day basis, I'm going to be giving this a try. Now, like I say, this is a work in progress. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be, too big. I just don't know yet. All I do know is for sure is that this is the ideal thing to carry cash in a foreign country. So far, I've used this every trip. Last trip, I took 10 wallets with me. All right? Yeah, just mark me as insane. Get out the meds. Took 10 wallets with me. I kept going back to this. It's just an ideal thing for a cash-intensive environment. And then, you know what? There's a lot of little receipts you have to carry with you, too. Laundry receipts, receipts for things you buy. I mean, there's just a lot of little receipts that end up going into your wallet on a day-to-day basis. So these are the 2 new passport wallets from Derek at Waskerd. No names yet. I'm not even sure they're on the website yet. They will be. He says he may have to do some resizing on this one. I don't see it, but he says he may make it just a skosh bigger, which wouldn't really be terrible, because I know if I stuffed a lot of cash in here and the passport, that would be kind of a tight fit. Because let me show you what the passport in here. I can see where it may want to be sized up just a little bit. So, I told you. I don't know if I told you or not, but this is going to be a long video, so buckle in. Let's put the passport in here. And then let's see how we do. You see, the passport is like right on. This is stuffed all the way down into the edge, and there's nothing in here yet. Let's put the stuff back in that came out of the other one. See, I don't think I can put all the cash back in here that I had in there before. Let's see. See, the passport is right to the edge. I got all the cash in there now. Got the cards. Let's see if it zips. Yeah, you know what? That zips. Pretty good size, I think. It could be a skosh bigger, but it's not unusable at this size. But like I say, this is not a package that I would feel comfortable carrying around on a day-to-day basis. I mean, this is what gets you out of the country, okay? This is what gets you back into the U.S. Now, you may be in a country where there is a U.S. embassy, and you might be able to get this replaced easily enough. But you may not be in a country that has a U.S. embassy close to where you are. So this has got to go in a safe place for the duration of your time in the country. All right? I mean, that's just a word to the wise. I mean, I've done it a lot this past year, and that passport is your key to travel. So at most, you will be very, very inconvenienced if that gets gone. If that gets lost, you're going to be very inconvenienced. So, the new Zip Passport wallet from Waskerd and the new Minimalist Passport wallet from Waskerd. Just a sleeve, a couple of card holders. So Derek, once again, thanks for sending this stuff out. I mean, you have had a productive year this year. So, very cool. All right. Talk to you guys later.